Hi guys, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing off the one card Ponix combo for the Fire King Tri-Brigade deck that I showed off recently there. So you're going to want to start by normal summoning Ponix. And this is, I say it's a one card combo, it's a 1.5 card. You need any card to shuffle back just for Burbum searching out Tri-Brigade Revolt. But anyways, so normal Ponix, it will search out your Fire King Sanctuary, activate the Fire King Sanctuary, which will place Fire King Island face up. You'll then activate Island, pop in Ponix, allowing you to search out Garanix. Garanix effect then allows you to summon itself, and that will allow you to pop a fire beast warrior wing beast from deck on summon. There's a few options you can go with here. I typically like going Ulcanix as I find it's better follow up. But if you want to get a monster negate while losing Ponix, you can go pop Arvada instead, and then Arvada will revive Ponix and you link those two. But I like going Ulcanix because you can revive it during the opponent's turn to trigger its effect. So next, Ulcanix can summon out the other Garunix. And now that you've got these two on board, you'll link them off for Tri-Brigade Arms Mauser. Now this card on summon will allow you to send your Tri-Brigade Burbum, the Rampant Rager, as well as Tri-Brigade Kit to the grave. Now here I like to typically go chain 1 Kit and chain 2 Burbum, as Kit allows me to continue my plays while Burbum is just searching out an end-board piece. So Burbum will search out the Revolt and then put back any card in hand at the bottom of the deck. And then Kit can send Nerval, and then Nerval will allow you to search out the Tri-Brigade Springans Kit. Next, you can special summon Tri-Brigade Springans Kit because you control a Tri-Brigade monster. And with that, you'll link these two off for Rugal, the Silver Sheller. After that, because Tri-Brigade Springans Kit was sent to the grave, you can now revive a Tri-Brigade monster. Also, if your opponent has a monster on field, you can chain block it by going Mauser effect as well. But let's say here they don't, so we'll just summon back the kit. I typically like doing it in the furthest zone, just because Rugal has the bottom beneath him and to the right of him as link arrows, so you typically want to have some room. And then from here, you'll just go Kit effect, banishing Springans Kit and Nerval from grave to special summon the double Dragon Lords. And this will be your, you'll then set Tri-Brigade Revolt, and that will be your end board. Now, while this doesn't look particularly intimidating, with this combo, you get many different pieces of layered interruption. So to begin with, you can go double Dragon Lords effect. In standby phase, you will be able to add back the Ponix if you decided to pop Ulcanix instead of Arvada. If you popped Arvada, you won't get Ponix back, so you won't have him for follow-up. But during your opponent's turn, you can go double Dragon Lords, sending the Fire King Island specifically to the grave. Now you can go. Now Fire King Island's mandatory effect will go off, destroying Tri-Brigade Kit and all monsters you control, but importantly, Tri-Brigade Kit. Because Tri-Brigade Kit is a fire. So from here, you can go Ponix 1. Where is he? Ponix 1. Sacred Fire King Garunix 2. Tri-Brigade Kit 3. So this will send another Tri-Brigade from deck to the grave. But mainly you just want it to chain block these two cards summoning themselves. So from here, if you want, you can send like a Fractal. I think that's... Yeah, that's the only good card you have left in the deck to send. You can if you want, but you're really just using it as a chain block. To allow both Tri-Brigade Fire King Ponix and Fire King Garunix to come out. Next, you'll go Ponix 1 and Garunix 2. This is because Ponix is adding, while Garunix is destroying the deck. So it can't be ashed, while Ponix can be, and they can still both be impermed anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. So with that, we'll pop a Fire King High Avatar Kieran, and we can search out the Fire King Skyburn. Next, we can go Kieran effect, allowing us to resummon a Fire King from grave, then pop a card. So I like to summon back Ulcanix, and then go Ulcanix to pop the Ponix. Again, setting it up so that you can have it back next turn. And you can, it searches a Kieran. Then you can level modulate the Ulcanix to be level 8 because it searched a level 8. Which turns on your Fire King Sanctuary to when your opponent special summons. You can overlay these two cards for Garunix Eternity Hyung of the Fire Kings to board wipe. And then on top of all of that, once you have enough space, and typically I like to do it after I board wipe with Garunix Eternity, but you can do it before. You can summon back your Nerval and your Springens kit, which were banished, plus your Tri-Brigade Arms Mauser, and use these 4 monsters, well, 3 monsters, sorry, for the link summon of Tri-Brigade Shurig, the Ominous Omen. So with this now, because Shurig will, this sets off a chain of 4. So you go Nerval 1, Springens Kit 2. And then depending on which one you want to resolve more, you can either go Arms Mauser 3 Shurig 4 or Shurig 3 Arms Mauser 4. Arms Mauser is a Book of Moon, so it targets a monster and sets it face down. Shurig is a non-targeting banish. So it kind of depends on what you prefer. I usually just like going Shurig 4 because there's more things that can interact with a card activated in the grave than a card on field in this meta. With things like Ripper and Azuna being able to trigger. So from that, you get to search out, let me see, Tri-Brigade Karos. Oh, that should be engraved. You'll be able to search out Tri-Brigade Karos, summon back the Tri-Brigade Nerval, or if you prefer, Tri-Brigade Kit, as it is another fire monster, which can be quite helpful. Summon out Nerval. And yeah, so that is the entirety of the interruption. And that is off 1.5 cards with Ponix. And that is if you want to get the Tri-Brigade Revolt, which is very good. It puts out so much more interaction. But yeah, so on our next standby phase, we will be able to You can also at any point go Kieran effect. Well, any point during the main phase, you can go Kieran, pop the big Garunix, and then big Garunix, whenever it's popped, can summon back any number of any Fire King monsters equal to the amount of material it had. So it can summon back 2 Fire King monsters, and that includes itself. But typically I like to hold this for the following, like the 3rd turn usually. Just because it's a bit safer. And also you don't get any of your effects back here because you've kind of used up all of your guys. Though you can summon back the High Avatar Garanix, which can special summon any Fire King monster from deck if it's destroyed by battle, and also if it's destroyed by card effect, can special summon itself on the next standby phase and destroy all monsters on the field, which is pretty good. So from here, during the next standby phase, we'll be able to go, where is he? In the grave, get a random draw. Then Ponix will add himself back to hand. You can choose to go, if your opponent has back row, you can go Garunix Eternity to pop one of the back row. And specifically detach the Sacred Fire King Garunix, because then that can trigger. If you then you can decide to go either Skyburn, or you can go Kieran, pop the Garunix, summon Kieran, then multiple chains will trigger here. So you go Garunix 1, Garunix Eternity 1 to summon back a Fire King, Sacred Fire King Garunix 2 to summon itself back, Legendary Fire King Ponix 3 to summon itself. That'll summon, this will summon. Then again here you'll have 3 chains, so you'll go 1 Ponix, 2 Garunix, 3 Ulcanix. Ulcanix can pop the Garunix again setting it up for the next turn. And search out another Kieran. I like going another Kieran, but you can go other routes as well. But yeah, I like getting that 3rd Kieran just into rotation. So search out another Kieran. Garunix can then pop Fire King from deck. So I usually like popping like an Arvada so that I can revive my Garunix Eternity as another level 8 body. Ulcanix can also search out Rangbali instead of a Kieran if you feel that a spell negate would be stronger. And it doesn't really matter about the level modulation. And yeah, that is just enough damage there on board to kill. And at any point you can just go Xyz into Garunix Eternity Hyung again to board wipe. And then with that you can set up a bunch of other guys again. Both Nerval and Shureg will trigger on being destroyed if you want to. Nerval will trigger on being sent to grave, and Shureg will as well if you have banished Beast Warrior Wing Beasts. So that's even more searches. And it really is just waves and waves of destruction that the opponent usually just cannot deal with. And because there's so many different unique points of interaction, like there's a non-targeting banish, there's depending on the line you can go into SP, there's non-targeting destruction, there's a non-targeting board nuke, There's targeting destruction as well. There's also targeted bounce in Double Dragon Lords. It really is just so much interaction and then so much follow-up on your turn that it's less about fully stopping what your opponent's doing and more about putting enough bodies on board so that you will live to the next turn and be able to get all of the follow-up that you want. But yeah, that is the 1-card Ponix combo. As always, like and subscribe if you want to see more of this deck. I'm really enjoying it right now. And I definitely will be posting the Fractal sort of 1-card combo. It depends kind of on what you draw. But it's very, very enjoyable, this deck. It plays... I do really prefer this sort of layered interaction where you maybe start your end board with 1 card and end with like 15 interactions just in different places like the grave, and just being able to play during the opponent's turn is really enjoyable in my opinion. So yeah, the deck is fantastic at doing that, and it really is just, it's one of the best at doing it, and you can even like get things started early with Kieran. If you open Tri-Brigade kit, you can get so much going so early on that it can get really hectic for your opponent to deal with. So yeah, it's just a phenomenal deck that I've been really enjoying, and I will be posting the 1-card Fractal combo at some point. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.